be the same plan. Hopefully, I know a lot of you have been in my class before, and so this isn't new, but it is new. And that's the beauty about this system that I created for myself is because you can implement now and you can perfect later. But if you don't create a plan and start somewhere and create some kind of end, like you're not going to ever get there because you don't know where you're going. You're just going to zigzag around the world and you're going to be some no man out there. Like you don't know where you're going. You can't do that in real estate because you need a plan. If you don't have a plan, you're going to wake up. There's just too many shiny objects out there for us to go grab. So, this system that I created is called, my whole system is called Freedom to Flourish in Real Estate because I love real estate. I got my real estate license at the age of 32 and I have never looked back. Have I had to have side jobs? Yes, I've had to get another job, but I never, ever would get rid of my real estate license because I think it is just an opportunity and a doorway to do so many other things in your life. And we're all entrepreneurs. So for me, though, I had to create a system, and that's why you're here today. You have signed up for my Real Estate Abundance Plan Challenge. And what that is a call that I do every first Tuesday of every month. And we start a new challenge. And I challenge you to spend the month working on your systems. And what are those systems? So many agents tell me all the time, first of all, they say, Dawn, you're such a systems person. I'm like, well, I had to create systems because I won't do the things. If I don't have a system, it won't get done. I won't do it. I create a system for everything. And especially in real estate, we have to have a system because then we need to automate it. So that's why you're here. You signed up and you want to do something. You want to create this business so that you can so that this business can fund your life. Like that's what it is. Real estate and getting your real estate license is about so much more. And so many agents I see not do this little bit of work so that you can have abundance and have this business. You guys have all seen that shirt, right? It says, minding my own small business, right? Have you seen that? It's a shirt, it's a logo, it's out there. I have a t-shirt and that was kind of game changer for me. I was like, man, that makes so much sense. If realtors could just do that and stay in their own lane, we could accomplish something that we haven't been able to before because we're overwhelmed, we're stressed out, we wear all these different hats. So that's why you're here. And I am here to help you get that stuff organized over the next 4 weeks. But not only that, next, you can implement now, perfect later. Figure out where you are as I go through my slideshow today. Write down and take notes of what you're missing and what you need to work on and implement in your own business. And then you could put that on your plan and work on it, and then next month you could come back and you could see what you've done this month, and next month just join me again and do it over. And just know, when you find yourself in overwhelm, just stop and just say, okay, wait, where am I? First check in. You have to check in with yourself to figure out what you're missing so that you know what you need to go work on. So I'm going to share my screen. You guys, this is so weird. Like my share screen is gone. It just moved to the other menu. That was weird. You know, you get used to things and then they are not there for you. Oh, this is that no agent left behind, you guys, that I was just shared with you. I just put this in the group chat because it's all the details in the ticket. So if anybody wants to go, it's in Destin, Florida. It's going to be amazing. I love this whole event. We do them I think we're only doing them once a quarter in 2025, maybe every other month. I'm not really sure, but this is the first one. We've had two already. They were a huge success, super fun. And anyway, that's my little plug for the day. All right, so we're going to start out and I'm going to go through my little spiel here and talk, and then I'm gonna open it up for questions. So if you get overwhelmed or whatever, no worries because I record it. I'm gonna put the recording in my school account, which I'm gonna go over that with you guys too. I'm gonna give you the opportunity to build your own abundance plan. This is what it looks like. We're going to get to all of this stuff. But first of all, the whole system as a whole needs to make sense so that you know how to come back and do what you need to do. All right, so I am going to go into present mode. Present. Everyone see my screen? Freedom to flourish. Yes. Can I get a yes? You guys can see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. I'm like, can you guys hear me? Thank you. All right. So I titled this whole talk too, Finding Abundance in a Scarcity World, because we live in a scarcity world. It is fight or flight. So many people are living over here in this place of I can't, rather than over here in this space of I can and there's enough and I want some of that. And I want to help you guys get over there to that place where you live in abundance instead of scarcity. But who am I even? Like, I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit about myself and so that you know I've been here, I've done this. I don't share it if I haven't done it. I don't create it if I don't know how. I come from experience. I've experienced so much in life and so many hardships and so many struggles. And it became my mission to really put my crap out there so that I could help other people feel like they can do it too. I've been an agent for 20, it'll be 24 years. I need to change that next year or this year. But I'm like what I call a career realtor. I have been me or my team, I do an average of 40 to 60 deals a year. I raised four sons on doing that every year, and it was stressful. It was hard, not always easy, but I am a realtor. I am one of those top 20% that have stayed in the business and done the deals. I co-authored a book called Step Into Your Brave a couple years ago. So my story is in there because I come from a childhood of like we all do, parents in the 70s. But my story, my dad was an alcoholic, and that really had an effect on me in my adult life as well. I recently just found Al-Anon, and holy cow, some new doors are being opened for me. I raised four sons, seven grandsons, so I really have some big shoes to live up to, or I really need to live up to something that my four sons can feel like, man, my mom rocked. Like she did it. Like I want them to be so proud of me. And I want them to know that they can do anything in life. And not a single one of them wants to do anything in real estate, if that tells you anything. So that's kind of funny. And, I'm a child, I lived a childhood that was filled with trauma, not a lot of bad things, but a lot of the normal stuff, dad an alcoholic, mom and dad divorced young. Lived in, by the time I was 18, I had 18 different home addresses. I had been at over 12 different schools. So I moved around a lot, and it wasn't military. It wasn't for good reasons. It wasn't for purpose. It was always out of scarcity. It was fight or flight. How do I survive? So I learned to be a control freak in my adult life, and I'm learning how to not do that now. But yeah, so I tell you all of that because you guys, if I can do this, anyone can do this. I've had a life filled of self-doubt, fear, all kinds of things. And so if I'm able to work through all of that to be where I am today, so can you. Anybody could do this. I created the system so that it can help you figure out where you are and what you need to implement. So I'm going to get started with that. This is the system. It consists of four different pillars. Those pillars are mindset, foundations, meaning your real estate foundations, your automations, and your lead generation funnels. Wherever you are working in your real estate business, you are in one of these areas. If I were to say, Dawn, tell me one thing that you do in your real estate business, I would be able to categorize that job duty into one of these categories. So every month I do this challenge and I go through the whole system on the first Tuesday. But then I invite you back next Tuesday, the following and the following, because we really do an overview, a short overview of that pillar. And I have recordings in my school also that you could go watch if you feel like I don't really need mindset. I want to jump to foundations or I want to jump to automations. You can jump around. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm just sharing what works for me, and then you could go put it into whatever you want to do. But if you chunk your job description and working on these certain things into this week of every month, by the end of this year, you're going to have mastered all of this stuff. And then your systems are going to be set up for you. All right, so let's just dig in. First pillar is mindset. And I used to have mindset fourth because I didn't realize how important it was. And I started out with funnels, but now I have switched it around because mindset's first, y'all. If you don't think you can do it, you're not going to do it. You have to have the right mindset going into this business, or else you will be one of the 80% who doesn't make it. And I don't want that for anybody. I think that real estate is such a gift. We got our real estate license and we're able to, like, we're one of the very few. And this is such a low entry cost business. It's a small business. If you were to go out and buy a franchise or something like that, like you would have to spend thousands of dollars, more like hundreds of thousands. Real estate, though, here's the problem. Most agents enter the real estate world and treat it like a job instead of a business. It is a business. You might be out of pocket the first year that you're creating your business. You may need to get a small business loan. But if you do all of these things, then you can get everything set up, and then you will have the leads flowing in. You'll have all of this stuff that I'm going to share with you done. But this saying is one of my favorite sayings. What you focus on determines how you feel, and how you feel, your state of mind powerfully influences your actions and your interactions. You've got to wake up every day thinking, I can do this. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to work on these things that I need to work on so that I can be that real estate agent that I want to be, and I can have that small business that I want. So let's kind of dig into this a little bit. I'm just going to spend a little bit of time right here because if if we need to have a one-on-one talk, or I need to point you to the right book or whatever, this is where it all starts. Angela Kristen Taylor has some phenomenal content in her productive flow system that has to do with the whole mindset part of this and trauma and why we don't do the things we know we need to be doing. And I still do this too, to this day. I find myself not wanting to go do the filing that I need to do, not wanting to open my QuickBooks. I hate bookkeeping. I have a bookkeeper. And like, what is it that you know you need to be doing that you're not doing? And you got to stop and figure out why. So I'm going to talk about this a little bit. But we're all in different places here. We all come from different backgrounds. We all most likely, though, have some kind of trauma in our past. You guys, hold on. One of my children is knocking at my door for some reason. Hold on 1 second. Come in. Yeah. Yes, you can move my laundry over. Okay, back to it. Sorry. So But okay, so trauma. Like one of the things that we have learned with real estate agents, like we're very driven, but a lot of times when you get 10 realtors in a room and you ask them to raise their hand if they've had some kind of past trauma happen in their life, or, even came from a childhood that had it in it, like almost always they will raise their hand. I'm not going to put anybody on the spot here. If that's you, you're not alone. I'll just say that. But where you have to stop and ask, like, where are you in your healing journey? Because freedom lies on the other side of this healing journey. And I'm learning that through, for myself, it's through Al-Anon. I don't, if we're Facebook friends, you probably saw my post the other day because it was very vulnerable. And I just at the age of 55 discovered Al-Anon. And I haven't had to deal with my dad being an alcoholic my whole adult life because he died when I was 18. And so I am just now starting to learn that there's a lot of the issues that I have right now that are because of that, because of the things that happen with that. So you got to figure out though, where are you? What are you struggling with? And you need to figure out how to get out of it. You can't keep telling the same story and expecting different results. And you need to just figure out what those stories are that you're telling yourself because those stories, they're false. Like you could go be, do, and have anything that you want. But if you're telling yourself that I'm overwhelmed, so and so's better than me, like what are the stories that you tell yourself throughout the day that makes you feel like a failure? Not that any of you are failures, but feel like you're failing or you're not doing what you need to be doing. Just be the fly on the wall in your head and figure out what that is because you can fix it on the other side. But you have to do the work. You have to heal some of those things. And we can't live in the past and the future at the same time. You've got to heal the past to go live the beautiful life that's waiting for you. So I'm going to point you guys to some things that I think will really help if this is you. And hopefully this doesn't really resonate with a lot of you, but if it does, you're not alone. But I have to put it in here because our mindset is the first thing, and it's the reason we don't do the things that we need to do. I put this slide in here because competition is awful. I am not competitive at all. Unless we're playing Monopoly, then I'm competitive. My kids will tell you they won't even play with me anymore. But competition in the real estate world, this is where we need to stop looking at other agents and where they're at, and we need to work on our own small business. That's it. Don't compare yourself to anyone else's journey because we all start at zero. Some of us climb that ladder and get to level 10 faster than others. That's okay. You just focus on your journey. It might take you longer. Just don't quit. Don't quit this business. That's not allowed. No quitters. And just stop comparing yourself to other people. It steals the joy. So that's one thing. I'm going to give you guys all this link here in a little bit. Here are some ideas. If mindset is a problem for you, I want to give you a few solutions. These are the things that have worked for me. Visualize your vision. Create a vision board. I have mine in Canva. I'll open it and show it to you guys here in a little bit if someone reminds me. But just get in there and figure out what do you want to create for the year? It really helps to look at that. It's going to get your energy into that place where you want to be, not where you're at. And I hear it this time of the year all the time, but I don't have any money. It's really hard to focus on all this stuff when you don't have any money in your bank account. I've been there. I've been everywhere that I tell you what to do. These came up because I did the work and I did these things. Meditations, read good books. One of the best, I'm reading Mel Robbins' book right now, Let Them. It is the best book I've read in a long time. So good. It's called Let Them. Inspiring YouTube videos. Do not go watch all the news and stuff right now. It will just drag you down. If you are a person who has to be in touch with what's going on in the news, choose to do it for like 30 minutes a day. Like I get a couple of emails that go over the highlights of what's going on in the world. I know that we need to be aware of it all, but just time block for it and then release it. Like get out of that negative energy. And really just try to stick to inspiring things that are out there. Walking, yoga, read and write your intentions. There's a space for that. I think there's a space for that on your plan that I'm going to share with you. Healthy lifestyle. You guys, I used to party in my 30s like everyone else, 20s and 30s, man. It was Friday, it was game on. I can't do that anymore. Really, the older we get, we have to really stop and think like, am I drinking too much wine? Am I eating too many cheeseburgers? Like you will not have clarity in your brain to use it for the things you need to do if you do not limit the amount of alcohol that you drink and limit the amount of bad food that you put into your body. I'm all about 80-20 rule because I do like me a glass of wine or a old fashioned every once in a while, but it's not a daily thing. And always have a coach. Get somebody who's been there, done that, and can help you get to that next level. I do this, it's free. I invite all the agents that I know everywhere. Like you guys, some of you could not even be an agent. I wouldn't even know because I just do this for everybody. And this could actually help with whatever business you're doing. So these are some great ideas for mindset. But before we leave mindset, I'm going to stop sharing for a second because I wanted to offer this book. This is one of my favorite books for getting you out of your head. It's called The Mountain Is You by Brianna Weiss. It's transforming self-sabotage into self-mastery. This is one of my favorite books that I've read a couple of times, and it's really helped a lot of agents really kind of get out of their head. So that's one of the books. So that's one thing I really do like for mindset. So now where did my Zoom? Now I'm going to share my screen again. Now I lost you guys. Hold on. Okay, we back in. Okay. All right. Now we're getting into the nuts and the bolts of the real estate stuff, right? So now you're set. You've got your mindset in the right place every day. You've got up, you've done some me time, you've read, you're like, okay, I could do this. I have my goals, here they are. Now we're going to dig in. And this is where I want you to start writing down what it is missing from your business. So now we're going to talk about these foundations. But I want to say, like, some of these could be different for you. I'm going to give you the what I think are the most important ones because I think that these need to really be implemented into your business and then you could go from there. But if you've already got some of them set up, great, you don't have to do any more. But you're the one that has to sit and really think like, what do you want to implement? So if you're an agent who wants to implement YouTube, then YouTube's going to be one of your foundational pieces that if you're going to go do some YouTube videos, you really need to make sure you know your crap about YouTube because it ain't easy. And so that might be one for you. But I'm going to approach this for new agents who don't have all their systems set up or active agents who never took the time to set up a system. So the system, and we talk a lot more. Remember, I'm just going to overview this right now, the next three pieces, because we talk about them next week, week 2, 3, and 4. But week 2 is the foundations. It's your CRM. What contact relationship management system are you using? If you're at Epic, we have Lofty. Doesn't mean you have to use it. I'm switching over to Follow Up Boss because of a platform that I use called Ylopo. That's okay. I still want to use the other 49 benefits that Epic has. You don't have to use all of the stuff that Epic has to offer if it doesn't fit into your plan. But if you are not using a CRM at all, start with Lofty. It's a great CRM. It does everything that you need it to do. So learn how to use it at a high level, know what you're doing, be in it, and then you could explore if something else might be better for you. But 80% of agents don't use their CRM. And if you ask the top 20% of agents what's the most important part of their business, they're going to tell you it's the CRM. So there's a disconnect somewhere there. And even if you only have 5 people in your CRM, start there. That's the most important part of your business. Your VIP database, that is the people that already know you, love you, trust you. If you don't have that set up, take the time to go add like 2 people a day to your VIP database. I'm going to give you a spreadsheet that you can put into your bookmarks and save, and just make that be what you do, something you do for the next 30 days, 1 person a day, 5 people a day, whatever. Build the database so that you can put them into your CRM, so that you could send them a newsletter, so that you could go like them on Facebook. You got to know who your audience is. Logos, and we will talk a lot more, and I'll answer questions and stuff on all of this stuff next week. But your branding is huge. You should have a logo, you should have your colors dialed in, you have a business. You got to have branding. Got to know what branding is. Your offers, we're going to talk a lot more about offers in week 4, but I just want to say an offer is a top of funnel piece of marketing that you put out into the world to get people to click on so that they can enter into your small business, aka your CRM, through your website or whatever. It's the doorway into your world. So what offers are you putting out there? Canva. I have a special treat for you guys on Canva that is in my school account, and it's an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Best Canva class I ever had done. And I'm going to have her back and maybe do it again, but it's a great recording. But you got to know how to use Canva. And at Epic, it's so cool because we could just go in and rip off and repeat and pull it over to our own Canva and edit it. It's great. Social media sites. What social media sites are you marketing on? I say pick one, perfect it before you add another. And if I were just starting out and I had to pick one, I would pick Facebook. And then I would sync it to Instagram so that I only had to post or do things on one and it went to the other. But you got to know what your social media site is that where's your audience at? And most of the homeowners, the people that are the age that are buying and selling, are on Facebook. And NAR did a study, and that is where most of the people who are transact and see ads and do business is through Facebook. Realtor basics. I put realtor basics on here for new agents. And this could be for a lot of active agents too. I know for one thing right now, I saw a post the other day on RPR, and they do a webinar series, and it's like 10 webinars, and I'm signed up for all of them. I'm like, I need a refresher. That's a real estate basic for me. And I know I need a refresher on RPR. So I'm going to just attend each one of those this year. But if you're a brand new agent, have you went to all of the classes that your board of realtors offers? Have you learned how to use your MLS? Do you know how to do a CMA? These are all realtor basics that so many realtors don't even know how to do. And so go to your board of realtors, find their calendar of classes, and take every single one of them this month. Just spend 1 month doing education for yourself, knowing how to write the contract, knowing what changes NAR implemented. Those are just basics that so many agents do not take the time to really make sure they are up to date on all of that stuff. They will go do their CE and that's it. Don't do that. Be a very knowledgeable real estate agent who is actually providing value for your real estate clients. It will also really help you build your confidence. And that's one of the biggest things that I see agents not have, is that confidence in themselves. So if you work on building that and educating yourself, you will find yourself being a magnet for leads. All right, week 3, we're going to talk about automations. The first automation that you should have is time blocking. All of these things that I just went over, like building your CRM, building your VIP database, going to the board of realtors and taking those classes, time block those things. If you wrote it down and you think that that is something you need in your business, time block a chunk of time over the next month to actually get up and know I need to work on my CRM for an hour a day. And I need to do this or that. I am having to do that myself this month because I'm doing follow up boss. So figure out what you need to implement into your business and then time block it so that you will go get it done. And one of the things that I'm telling you guys to write this down, but whenever I go open up the abundance plan, you're going to need to time block from that. So when you give yourself something to do, you need to go get it on your calendar so that it gets done. Here are some other things that these are automations. Hold on. Yeah, I'm on automations. These are some other things that I actually give you in school. So I'm going to go over these when we open up the school account here in a minute, and I'll show you because I give you a copy of each one of these. And these are just automations that will make your life so much easier. But I will say Google everything. Google Chrome, Google Drive, just Google everything. Know how to use the bookmarks in Google. Your buyer and seller presentations, I don't give you that. You got to go create those on your own because we're all different. That's where our creativity and our independent comes in. Like that's where you get to shine. You get to put your logo on it. You get to brand it with your colors. But there's a ton of seller presentations that you could go rip off and repeat in Canva, pulled to your Canva, spend a little bit of time customizing them, and then boom, you have it. And when you get to go on a buyer or a seller meeting, you take your presentation with you. Closing spreadsheet, budget, all of this stuff. Those spreadsheets are what I do share with you. All right, let me take a drink of water because I've been talking a lot. All right. Lead generation funnels. All right. So picture this. We're in March or April now. You've got your CRM set up. You've got your automations all set up. You have a small business now. Now you get to just wake up and work on your lead generation funnels. What does that even look like? The first time I heard the word funnel years ago, I was like, funnel. I think there's something to that, but what? I don't know really. So I'm going to jump around here in funnels for a few minutes because there's a lot to this. This is where I feel like so many real estate agents have one funnel. They got their real estate license, they have one funnel. It's their friends and family funnel. And they don't even treat that with the respect that it needs because they just put the word out there that they're a realtor. Gather those people's information. You should be having a schedule of things that you do for that audience. That's one funnel, friends and family. I call it your VIP database. After I have a closing, those people go on that VIP database. They get an offer and they get I have a schedule for my VIP database of things that we do throughout the year. These are just a few other ones. So your social media, paid leads, you could do paid leads like I do YLOPO. So now I have paid leads again. I have a whole funnel that they go through. Referrals from realtors, for sale by owner, farming, expired, the list goes on. There's a book called 101 Ways to Lead Generate by Gene Frederick. He was one of my uplines at EXP, but if he could come up with 101 ways, like you could come up with 4 or 5. And I'm going to help you do that. In week 4 we're going to talk a lot more about that. But um special offer. Remember when I was in the foundations page, I said we're going to talk about this more later. This is where we're going to talk about it. A special offer is the marketing piece that you're going to put out into the world to get your people to click on it or sign up on your website, somehow make their way into your funnel, aka your CRM. You guys, this is the CRM. This is the offer that you're putting out into the world, the marketing piece that you're going to create, whether it be on Canva, whatever, the landing page, the booklet, the whatever it is, whatever your offer is, it starts here. that gets them into your CRM, into your Lofty account. And that's where you're going to do all the different things that you need to do while they're in there so that when that client or that lead is ready to become a client through conversion, now they're yours. They're yours. You're going to do the deal and then you're going to move them over to your VIP database. And then you're going to just repeat it over and over and over. Your job is not showing houses. Your job is building that pipeline, filling that pipeline, working through the pipeline. This is why there's so many agents that don't have deals because guess what? Those leads that you want that are ready to buy or sell now, they've spent the past year in somebody else's funnel and they're the ones that are going to close them. What have you got to do and create to get them into your funnel and stay in touch with them for the next 2 years if it takes 2 years? But if you spend 1 year filling your pipeline and working and doing this right, you'll have your system created and you won't have to worry about not having deals because those people are going to have spent time in your funnel and they're going to be loyal to you. So let's talk about. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time here because we're not here yet. If you don't have your foundation pieces and your automation set up, you're not ready to build your funnel yet. So, but it's something you can think of. And that's why I go through it all today because I want you to get excited about being here. And then that's going to make you go create those automations and all the different things that you need to create um, in your CRM. So these are three though that I'm going to just touch base on. Offer one for your VIP. I use HomeBot and I make sure I add all my people onto HomeBot. It's the number one over all these years things that my people open and I'm getting credit for. And it's through my lender, but it's a great program because it's about the home and about their property and about building wealth through that property. So check out HomeBot. I love HomeBot, but I also do client events. I use send out cards. I send out a quarterly card to everybody on my VIP database. I call my VIP database every year, at least once a year, to say, "Hey, how you doing?" I do all kinds of different things for my VIP database. I could run my business just off my VIP database and the deals I get from them if I were in doing production myself. But now I still do all of that. But if they raise their hand, they go with one of my team members to go look at homes, or my team member goes to list their home because I don't show and do that. But I still have a team and I do the lead generation part. Offer number two, local legend. Angela Kristen Taylor is the Georgia state broker for Epic and one of my best friends. And she was one of my coaches for 3 years. And I changed a lot through going through her coaching. But she talks about building a passion community and she talks about becoming the local legend with your passion community. For me, here's an example of that. I am a Jeeper. My husband and I have a Jeep and we go off-roading and we do all this stuff. Now we have a boat and I could build a whole passion community through my boat club, whatever. But though you get a community and you work them. So Angela talks about the story about how she started her first passion community with moms that stayed home and they got together and she just started this whole group and then she started selling their houses and she's like, I'm onto something here. So do you have something that you're really involved in like that you could have become the local legend for them with your real estate business? I used to donate gift cards and stuff to my Jeep Club at the different events. So I was able to, they would say, Dawn Loding is a realtor with Epic Realty. And so now I already know all those people. And I don't do that anymore. But these are just some ideas. Your offer is where you get to be creative. All right. So offer number three is an offer for the public. So once you got your VIP database set up, that's offer number one. Offer number two could be your passion community. And these people also should go on your VIP database as you meet them. Um, Offer number three for the public. Okay, I want you to think of things like foreclosures. Military is a great one. Relocation is could be one of them. Probates could be one of them. That's an offer that you could create. So for me, it's relocation. I want to create, and I don't have one, but I'm starting a new channel this year, and it's more of a lifestyle channel called Living New Braunfels. And I'm doing a blog, and I'm going to have a relocation guide on there. And that's going to be my specialty for my offer number 3 for public. So if each of you would create these, number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like how the sky's the limit on how many different offers you could create and start putting out into the world so that you can say, get my relocation guide. Thinking of moving to New Braunfels, Texas, starts with the relo. Fill this out, give me your name and number, and I'll give you the relocation guide. But you don't just put it out there on social media. It is pay to play. Their cost to get your information is through that. They got to give you an accurate email address in order to get the relocation guide. And that's what you put on your landing page that you're going to create, or even just a Canva thing. Put your email below to get my relocation guide. So that is really how the offers work and the funnels. So you get your mindset right, you make sure you have your foundations and you know them well, and you build your confidence. Then you automate whatever you can, and then you go work on your lead generation funnels. It's that simple. That's the system. If you can dream it, have the courage to take action, and have discipline to stay on the right path, you will make it. You will. If I could do this, anybody could do this. So with that being said, we have 15 more minutes. I am going to put a couple of things in the chat for you guys. First of all, I have put all of my stuff in this platform called Skool, Skool. So if you go here, and I'm going to share the link with you, and you go to Classroom, they're all right here. So this recording will be in here right now. If you open up this week, the it's all right here. But here's the challenge. If you click on the challenge, the videos, I replace it every month. So this video will be right here. Then there's the plan, and then there is links to my preferred things. The book, the only book that I suggest you read, or the first book that I suggest you read, is The 12-Week Year. And here's the link to it in Amazon. No, I'm not an affiliate. I don't get credit for it. I really do need to do that. But here's the book. It is such a great book. Um, if you do not have know how to take and create a goal and break that down into the actions, the tactics, it's just a great book. Just take my advice. If you haven't read it, read it, get it. Here's just an extra document that I put in here. Just all these different things that are in here. I'm not going to spend all this time in here. Instead, I want to go to the plan. This is the plan. So when you click on the plan, this is going to open. You're going to want to make a copy. And this is where you're going to work through all of this stuff every week this month. So week 1, mindset and the plan. This is your plan. You could edit it. When you get this and you have a copy and you name it Dawn's abundance plan or whatever, then you could go in and you could delete this stuff. You could delete and you could delete. You could delete that. You could delete that. You could put your logo up here, whatever you want to do. My plan is, but it's in my goal sheet, but I'm not going to go there. I could go there, but I'll go there later if we have time. But it looks different than this a little bit, but not much. I have week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, but I have links to all my stuff because my stuff is all done already. So mindset and the plan. What's your why? So this first week, I want you to just really think. We're in mindset this week and we're in creating the plan. So, what's your why? Like, why do you even want to do this? Why do you want to be a realtor? You got to get really tied to your why. And that book, The 12-Week Year, will help you. What's your vision? Where do you want to be in all of these different areas? Take the time and put some goals down. And then it just goes all the way through week 2, week 3, week 4. I give you lots of good stuff in here. And I could answer questions. You guys could just get started this week and then next week come back and I'll answer any questions that you might have. So there's the plan. That's right here in week 1 in school. So now I'm going to go and share this with everybody. Copy. And then I'm going to put this in the chat. I love that link. Command V. Okay, there's school. Okay, that's where everything is. And if you lose that, you could always go to downloading.com and join my abundance plan. Now I just thought about that. I don't even know that I have school in there, but it'll be in there someday. But anyway, there's the link. Just go there or message me. You guys, I'm so available. I talk to everybody and I answer my messages. So all that's right here. That is school. Let's see, what else did I want to share with you guys? This is something I wanted to put in here too, because if you find yourself with some extra time and you're at Epic Realty, I made this list of Dawn's top 10 Epic benefits. And this is why, because these align with all of this stuff that I'm teaching you. This is the main reason I moved to Epic because of these tools. Marketing, that's the first part of your business. You know, we're doing all this marketing stuff. These are the tools that Epic has that can really help you. So if you have time, go learn how to do these. These are AI Pro certification. AI can help you with so much of your business. You won't believe all the different things. If you haven't taken that certification, go do it. It's free. There's a code. When you go into Epic Cloud, go do that. Social Bay, Canva Pro, Thanks.io. That's at the bottom of the list. I wouldn't really mess with that right now if I were you, unless you're doing mailers or want to mail something. Leads, Lofty, Spark, Click Offers, because Spark can get you referrals. If you get signed up for Spark, they will even customize your website. Like Spark is amazing. I love Spark. I haven't gotten a lead yet, but I do like everything that they're about. Click Offers. So if you have listings, you know that you have that. It's an iBuyer platform to offer to your sellers. There's lots of things. So go do the certification for that. And another one I really want to put on here, but then I make it be 11, but that's okay. I'll just change that number. Um, Realty.com. I think we all need to make sure that we get our pro account because that's a $40 value. And if you don't have your pro account set up, then you're not benefiting from that at all. And then tools for listing. Make sure you know how to order signs, order your photography, and use the TC services. These are all great benefits. So I'm going to share this with you all, and I need to get this put in to my school platform. I think it's in there somewhere, but I'm not sure. Okay, so there's that, the challenge, school. I think that's about it. Like I'm in here. So if you guys click that and ask to join, then I'll be able to approve you and you'll get notes. Like I just post a few things in here, but that's all in there. So a lot of you are already in here, I know. All right. So that's about it. Now I want to just take the last 5 minutes or so and do you have any questions? Questions, comments, thoughts, concerns? Hi, Mark. Didn't even know you were in here. You're like a fly on the wall spying on me here, huh?
That's what I'm here. I'm here to support everybody.
I
I love
love
your
it.
meetings.
Awesome. All right. Well, you guys, does that all make sense? Does that give you some clarity? Do you feel like that helps at all?
Yes.
Okay. Well, good.
So Dawn,
Yes.
hi there.
Hi.
So I'm here with my twin, but she likes to be kind of off camera, but I like to be
Okay.
on
Okay.
camera.
Well, that works
But
out good. You guys could just pretend to be each other, right?
right, see, okay, real quick.
How cute.
So
Awesome.
guess what?
What?
It's joining Epic, and we're in your downline.
Yay.
Yay! But we're in Florida now, but I'm licensed in Michigan and Florida. So I've been wanting to take this course for a while. And so today I was like, Cindy, come on, we're going to start training.
Oh,
Today is the very first. So this is her first training, our first training together. So
awesome. Well, just to be clear, like my training has nothing to do with Epic, but when I joined Epic,
right.
I wanted to help agents utilize all of these tools that we have. But agents say all the time, like, I'm overwhelmed. Epic has so much to offer. You do not have to know how to use all of these tools. That's why I made a top 10, which I guess is going to be 11 now. But those are the first ones. Learn how to use the cloud, get in there and really spend some time onboarding. Sylvia Dana does a phenomenal onboarding call on Fridays at 10. If anybody needs, I don't know where that link is right now, but if you need it, message me, but just plan on going to it. Um, it used to be
Do you want me
Explode
to share the
2020.
link?
Yes. Somebody has that. Please share it.
Okay. Yeah, I will find it.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Well,
I have
awesome.
it
Thank
somewhere
you.
too, but it used to be Explode
Okay.
2024, but I think you could still get to it from that. But yeah, go to her onboarding. If you get overwhelmed, don't worry about it. Don't overthink it because it is overwhelming, but it's also very simple. There's a lot. We have like 50 benefits right now, and you don't have to know how to use each one of those benefits, but you do, need to learn eventually if they're going to help you or if it's going to be something that will help your business. So, welcome. And
Okay.
I'm so happy. I love to hear you're in my downline. That's always nice. But I want to help everyone. I honestly do not care. I have enough people in my downline that I don't have to worry about that. I want to help everybody at Epic be successful. So that's why I invite everybody from everyone. You guys, my word for the year last year was abundance. And I took it literally. And I'm like, I'm going to use that in everything in my life. Like every day, just wake up. How do I choose to be abundant versus scarcity or abundant versus, lack minded or, once you start studying that, you can spot people who are living in scarcity from a mile away. And instead of judging them, I just want to help them. So, yeah, anyway, my word
All
this
right.
year.
I just posted it.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much. I saw that.
Okay.
Perfect. Perfect. My word this year is freedom. So now a lot behind that word too, but I love freedom. So, all right. Anyone else? Any questions? All right.
Dawn, I'm going through, so can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Can you hear me, Dawn?
Yeah, I hear you.
So I'm going through, I signed November 20th, I officially got in. I guess
Yay.
about 8 days later, I got access to all the tools. So I did an overview for
8 days?
25 days, whatever it was.
It
Yeah,
took
it took me,
8 days?
I'm dual states. I had to transfer everything else and it was
Oh,
my
okay.
fault and I wasn't all epic.
Okay.
So I did an overview of all of the benefits and tools, and now I'm just spending the next couple of weeks on Lofty. Then I'm gonna
Love
spend
it.
the next
Yeah,
couple of weeks or whatever
do
needs
it.
to be done on Sisu and everything else.
Don't worry about Sisu or dot loop or any of
But
that
I
until you
screwed
have
up
a
with
deal.
Lofty. I put all my
Prioritize, you guys.
yeah. So
Prior com compartmentalize, prioritize. And then that will help eliminate overwhelm. Mark, you keep cutting out, buddy. I'm sorry. I think you're
must be my
frozen.
new. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
That
But
better?
anyway, welcome. I'm glad it's official.
Yeah.
Me too.
All
Hey,
right.
Don,
Yes.
can you share that link that you said that helped you with your dad? I forgot what it was called.
Al-Anon. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Al-Anon?
yeah. How do you spell that?
Alanon. So Al-Anon is a group that had been recommended to me for years and years, but I never wanted. Now I'm getting personal, you guys. So if you need to go, that's fine. I'll stay and talk about this for a minute because I think it's so huge. But my dad was an alcoholic. He literally died at the age of 36. And So I was left with a lot of abandonment issues, a lot of like, I am a control freak and I try to control everything. I used to try to control everything around me. I don't really do that so much anymore, but it's because I was trained as a child to take care of myself. Like I have to take care of myself. Nobody else is going to take care of me, not even my mom and dad. And so you take that mindset into your adult life, you start doing things in your adult life that have to do with that. And it just creates a lot of confusion, a lot of ADHD, like, all these different things. And so I had an issue that happened on December 7th and I went to my friend and she's like, Dawn, I think you need Al-Anon. And I'm like, okay, she happened to be the one who started the group. Like, tell me God's not working in this. Or like, so she's like, I start in like 15 minutes. Can you just sit in on this meeting? And it was a Saturday morning. And I'm like, sure, okay. And I didn't really want to at first. I'm like, I don't need anybody like, telling me what to do and telling me I don't want to dredge up the past because I'm all about living in the future or the now. I don't want to live there. So I didn't want to dredge all this stuff up. Girl, I cried through the whole dang meeting. Like, I was like, oh my God, that's so me. That's so me. I do that. I do that. Oh my God. There, on the other side of that is freedom. Like, if you just take the time to figure out what your issues are and you work through them, you don't have them anymore. And so she started this Al-Anon group and it's an app on your phone and it's called Al-Anon. It's free. I think it's free. I think they have an upgrade, but I think they have a free one. But it looks like this. I'll show you. Um, oh wait, I can't. Hold on. Let's see if you guys could see. Do you see that right there? That's what it looks like. It's like a triangle. And it's just in the app store. And then when you get on there, there's one, go to the meetings and it's the beginning ones. It's every morning at 8:30. That's the one I go to. But there's a whole bunch of them in there. But the beginner, like for 2 weeks, I didn't know right from left or what was going on. But I learned because there's 6 different sessions and each one of them, they go over a different area. And I got the book and I started reading the book as well. I got it on Audible and I bought the copy. And I'm just taking it slow and steady because I'm in it now. I'm not getting out of it. I don't need to go to every meeting, but I go to probably 4 a week and I listen to those other people. And the old me would have listened to the other people and been like, man, get your shit together because you don't need to be feeling like that. Now I'm like, I got to get my shit together because I don't want to be feeling like that either. But you got to work through the things. This is what I feel like it's just my purpose to help people. And,
That
so
is awesome. Yeah, that app sounds perfect. So
it is great. And to go with the book. And then, I'm in there, message me. I'm definitely not a sponsor or anything like that, but they will help you. You just listen to their stories, but get the right readings. You'll hear the right messages and it's amazing. So I'm glad you asked. Always here. Message me. I'll help in any way that I can. All right, y'all. I got to go to another meeting now. So have a great day. I would love to see you guys all back. I have so much more to share throughout the next 3 weeks for the month. So it's something new every week. So just come in. Let's build this thing together. All right. Jackie, did you have a question? Are you raising your hand? Oh, nope. Jackie, you're cutting in and out a little bit. So if you have a question, just
I was just scratching my head.
okay. All right.
Nope.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, my internet is unstable because my son is home and he's gaming. So, all right. Have a great day, y'all. Bye.